Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Roddy. Excited to be here with you today. We're going to be bringing you great news, exciting news that is going to make you shout and make you be happy on this Monday. So I'm going to be talking about the EIDL grant, providing some updates regarding the existing targeted EIDL grant of $10,000. Also, I'm going to be talking about the new targeted EIDL grants and additional 5K supplement that is to come. It is proposed in the American Rescue Plan bill. So I want you all to know about that. Those of you that are already applying for the grant, that are expecting to apply for the grant, these are some things that you can expect. I'll also walk through the IRS form 4506T, which is one of the required forms that you need to submit if you are applying for the targeted EIDL grant. I'm just going to give it a little bit of time, welcome you all in. As you are coming onto this broadcast, can you please let me know that you can hear me and see me? Again, this information is so important to all of you entrepreneurs and small business owners out there. I definitely want to make sure that you can clearly hear everything that I'm saying, all the information that I'm giving to you. Also, in addition to the EIDL grant, program, there are a slew of other small business grant and funding programs that are that will be rolled out as a part of the American Rescue Plan. Plenty of programs that are still being rolled out as a part of the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021. This bill, which was the $900 billion bill that was passed at the end of 2020. So again, I said a long time ago that small business entrepreneurs will be flooded with money, free money for your business, right? So it's upon all of us to be really intentional, proactive, make it a priority to get money for our business. And so that is why I'm here. That's why I come on so regularly, so I can keep you updated, because there's still millions of entrepreneurs and small business owners that don't know about these programs. So what I would ask you is, do give this a thumbs up, hit that love button, do share out this video, tag an entrepreneur, tag a small business owner that you know needs help in their business, needs funding, may be on the verge of closing, may be on the verge of losing hope. Because they need to keep the faith. There are programs out here that they can apply for. And we not only tell you about it, we tell you how to get it, right? We tell you how to get the money. We have developed and created tools to help you get money for your business, okay? Because we all have business goals. We all have a mission. We all want to build wealth and legacy. And we need small businesses to survive, and not just survive, but to rise and thrive during this pandemic, okay? So if you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel. We're almost at 20,000. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you to all of those, all of our fans and family that are out there that support us each and every day doing what we do. Also, if you have questions, please drop them in the comments. I will try to answer as many questions as I can regarding these programs while I'm live here. Also, I have dropped resources in the comments, and we'll drop many more after this broadcast ends. There are also information in the description and in the show notes of this video that you can go to take quick action on behalf of you and your business. There's also information on the screen that you'll see for our Win Grant to Ease Masterclass bundle and our winning grant application cheat sheet, because I constantly get, these are popular products that have helped millions of thousands of entrepreneurs get millions of dollars in free funding for their business. So if it's helped me and it's helped them, it will definitely help you. It has all of our tips and tricks on how to get free money, because I know even though these opportunities are there, if you're not prepared, if you go into it blindly, if you don't know what it means to qualify, if you don't know how to stand out as an applicant, chances are you will lose the grant, right? Or you may be declined, or you may not meet the time frame. So we tell you everything you need to know to make sure that you are set up for success to win grant money. So let me start off by talking about the EIDL grant. So if those of you that don't know, maybe you do know a little bit about the program. EIDL is the Economic Injury Disaster Advance and Loan Program administered by the SBA. It was first launched in March 27, 2020 under the CARES Act. It was extended and then it closed. SBA ran out of funding. But when they signed into law the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021 at the end of December, the SBA began rolling out a new targeted EIDL grant program. So this is separate from the loan. So you can still apply for the loan, right? The EIDL loan, but this is a separate grant program, the targeted EIDL grants, for which the SBA started sending out correspondence to prior applicants of the program, notifying them that they could potentially qualify for the new targeted EIDL grants. Now, in order to qualify for this grant program, you must have already applied. So millions of us apply. I know thousands I've helped get grants through this program and loans through this program. So you must have already applied on or before December 27th of 2020. If you did, the SBA will send you an email. Okay, they already started sending these emails out, letting you know that you're an applicant of the program. You could potentially qualify, be eligible for this targeted EIDL grant. Now, in order to qualify, you need to meet some criteria. Okay, so you need to again have already applied on or before December 27th. You must also have 300 or less employees. That means if you have 0 employees, you qualify for this program, okay? So 300 or less employees. You must also be in a low-income community as defined by the IRS. So in previous videos, I have gone over what that means. I actually went through the actual calculation tool, and I'll after this broadcast, I'll get that same calculation tool, drop it in this comments of this video so you can look up your own zip code, your own address, and be able to determine if you are in a low income community. You must also be able to demonstrate a 30% decrease in gross revenue or gross receipts, okay? And taking account 8-week periods in 2020, right? So any period between March 2nd, 2020 through December 31st of 2021, and compare it to that same 8-week period in 2019. So you should be able to show a decrease. I mean, I don't know a business owner that hasn't been impacted, that hasn't had some decrease in revenue, right, due to the pandemic. But how much is that? You would need to determine that based on your financial statements. And so you compare your financial statements, the period, choose a period. And I recommend, I said this before, that you choose a period that you were hardest hit. Okay. And most of us were hardest hit in March, in April, in May. Okay. So you take the 8-week period there in 2019, compare it to 2020, and then determine if you meet that standard of 30% or more of a decrease. If you do, you would qualify for this program. Now, one thing that I would say, as far as, okay, so the SBA will send you an email. The SBA is sba.gov. There's so many of you all that are responding to entities or people that are saying that they're SBA and they're not the SBA. Okay, you're sending you're sending your information, personal business information, to people that are not the SBA. The SBA is sba.gov, not .com, not .org, not .net. So know who you're applying to what program with, right? That is with the SBA. They will send you an email, and then it is upon you to respond to that email in the timely manner, at which time you submit your request. The SBA has 21 days. We know that they have not always met the time frame, so be patient. That is an estimate about the time in the law that it says that they must either let you know that you are approved or denied. And if you're denied, that they must send you a email notification as to why you were denied. Now, based on the language, you do not have an opportunity to appeal like you do with the EIDL loan. So you must get it right the first time. So I know people have been reaching out to me, nervous of making sure they have everything that they need to submit. For sure, I get this question every single day. Do I have to submit my tax returns? I don't have any tax returns. Get your tax returns done. If you want $10,000 or the balance thereof, you will do your tax returns. I mean, I can't say that enough. You are dealing with the government, okay? And they want to verify you, who you say you are. You have a legitimate business, and your financial status is what you say it is on your application, okay? Every business owner needs to be filing taxes. I don't care how much money you made or didn't make in your business, you need to be filing your taxes. So they're going to ask you for your tax returns. Now, they may not ask you for them again if you've already submitted it. So you have to know what your status was when you submitted an application, whether you approved for the loan, denied in a reconsideration process. Now, that may determine what type of information they request from you. Okay, so if you've already submitted your tax returns, they may not ask for them again, okay, because they already have them on file. If you didn't, they will ask for them, okay? Likewise, they will ask you for the 4506T, which we'll be reviewing shortly. That is an IRS form that they will also ask you to submit. And they may ask you to submit a scheduled liabilities, which is the 2202, that people are asking me about. Now, if you go to my idle reconsideration video, I walk through all of these forms, including the reconsideration template to be able to help you. Okay, I walk through step by step each of these forms. So I won't be walking through the 2202, but I know for everybody, they've been asking for the 4506T form. The 2202 is an SBA form. The 4506T is an IRS form. So I just want to make sure you're clear on that. So you may be talking to other entrepreneurs or small business owners and say, oh, they didn't ask them for this or they didn't ask them for that. Every application is different, okay? And where people are in their application is different. Even those, how much you received in grants, right? And the grant money when you first applied is different. Some receive partial grants. Some received the full 10,000. Some didn't receive anything like me because they ran out of funding. Okay. And if you receive the full 10,000, congratulations, you are no longer in the running because 10,000 as of right now is the max that you can get under this current program. Okay. So I hope everybody understands that part of it. Now, more good news. Under the bill right now that passed the House. Okay. This is the bill that is part of the American Rescue Plan that has ton of money for the American people, for American small businesses, okay? Tons of money, $1.9 trillion stimulus bill passed the House and is moving on to the Senate for a vote. They are really pushing to have this done before, again, before the expiration date on a lot of the benefits from the last bill that they just passed that extended these benefits out to March 31st. Now, I know unemployment is scheduled to expire on March 13th, and they want to have this bill passed before then. In this bill is more targeted EIDL money. So I want to talk about that really quickly. More targeted EIDL money, meaning full $10,000 or the balance thereof, just depending on how much they previously gave you. If they gave you $1,000, okay, that means that you would be entitled to $9,000 more dollars. Okay, tell me if you received a grant, what did you use the money on? If you get this grant, what do you plan to use it on in your business? I always like to know that because you need to know what you're going to use it on because you must use this money for business purposes and not personal. Okay, this is for business purposes, expenses. And if you have any questions on what to use your EIDL grants or loans for, you can go to our video on the do's and don'ts of using EIDL money because you want to make sure you use it correctly. Any of these programs administered by the federal government, there is a chance you may be either audited or file a check or investigation, whatever you want to call it, where they may come back and ask you to show proof of your use of the money, and you must be able to be able to show that. Okay. So in this new bill that it has passed, $15 billion more dollars. So right now they allocated $15 billion to the program. It's going to be another $15 billion. Okay. To businesses located in low income communities. So there's a big push to extend that. So it's outside of the low income communities, but understand that this is part of the economic aid for small business nonprofits and revenues, hardest hit small business nonprofit and revenues act. Everything is tied to that act to really target funds to those that have been hardest hit, those that have been left out, that did not get funding, to now give them an opportunity to get funding. Okay, so if there's any question as to why low income, why only 300, these are the businesses that are most and hardest hit. Okay, 300 employees suffered a loss of 30%. So same declining gross receipts during an 8-week period between March 2nd through December 31st relative to comparable 8-week period immediately preceding, which means before March 2nd, 2020. Now, these are, again, grants are created by the Economic Aid Act that I just talked about. The American Rescue Plan Act extends and expands this program in a series of steps, and each one starting no more than 14 days after the previous step. So they, and again, with these programs, they're rolling them out in phases. Okay, they did similar to with the PPP program. So to begin, no later than 14 days after the American Rescue Plan is enacted. That means once the president signs the bill into law, the SBA has 14 days to then start initiating this program. Okay. And then they began this program within 2 weeks period of accepting applications that apply for the targeted EIDL advances under the Economic Aid Act. Okay. Because of lack of funds, or because you did not receive the full amount, because back then they were just giving out the grants 1,000 per employee, remember? But the law said that they were supposed to give us 10,000 and they didn't. That's why they're rectifying that situation. Okay, the first 28 days after the plan is enacted is reserved to addressing these potential funding shortfalls. Okay. So here's another thing. So we're right now in the stage right now that SBA is sending out letters. They have weeks, but again, millions of people are apply for the program. They have to cover all of these people. So you're already getting letters. People send me every day. They've gotten a new letter from the SBA. They're follow up with next steps. Don't be the reason why you miss out on the grant. So then they're going to add more money as when the bill is signed by the president. Then in 14 days, they'll start again, issuing more emails letting you know that you could potentially be eligible for a grant. Okay, more money. Then on top of that, they are giving supplemental grants. Okay, so I talked about like the PayPal grant that I received, and they offered us gave us supplemental grants in 2021. Well, the SBA, according to the bill, will be doing the same. So beginning 28 days after the bill is signed, that means the bill has been enacted, is a 14-day period in which the SBA also makes grants of $5,000 to severely impacted small businesses, which are eligible entities that have suffered an economic loss of 50%. A loss of more than 50% and no more than 10 employees. Okay. So just think right now, those of you that are right now, you have your SBA letter, you're applying for the targeted EIDL grant. And if you fall in the category where you have 50% or more decrease, right? So right now you're applying for 30% or more, you had loss in gross receipts. If you have at least 50% loss in gross receipts, and no more than 10 employees, you're going to qualify for a $5,000 supplemental grant for a total of $15,000. Okay, so that's why I said with all of these different programs that are being rolled out, there's no reason really that all entrepreneurs and small business owners can't get at minimum $100,000 in free money for your business. Okay, so then after that 14 days, phases, remember? Phases. After that first 14 days, after the next 14 days, the SBA will make $5,000 of substantially impacted businesses. So they define severely as 50% or more loss, and then substantially as a 30% to 50% loss. So that next 14-day period, then those with the 30 to 50% loss and 10 or less employees will also qualify for $5,000. Now, we don't know how they're going to treat this, right? After they give you the $10,000, they may not even require you to any more action on behalf of you. They may simply make the deposit, because right now is when you're actually giving them the documentation to show what your percentage of decrease is. That's why you want to make sure you submit all your documentation and it's accurate, okay? Because I don't think that they will come back and ask you for the same information again. They're going based on the information that you submitted. So again, that's another opportunity. If you received 30%, so basically everybody that qualified, you have 30% or more decrease, and you have 10 or less employees. That's the majority of small businesses, right, in the U.S. And it's a big bulk of the ones that apply for this program. Okay, that's $15,000. Okay, am I talking to you? If you're a gig worker, self-employed, independent contractor out there, that's $15,000 for you. If you're a small business owner, no employees, you're a solo business owner, this is for you. If you're a small business owner, 300 employees or less, if you're a nonprofit, right, 501c3, 501c6 with 300 or less employees, with 10 employees or less, you qualify for the extra 5,000. Okay, so that's a correction. 10 employees or less, you qualify for the extra 10,000. But that's the majority of nonprofits that I know, and small business owners. Okay, so if this is exciting news for you, let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is excellent news. This is even more good news. I mean, I'm just giving you great news today. Okay, you all that are getting this grant, or you all that have received this EIDL grant, okay, it is not taxable income. Okay, it is not even included in your gross income. So what you want to make sure you do, and if you need a referral, I know a lot of you all have been emailing me for tax referrals, accountants and bookkeepers. You do want to note this. You want to note this money on your financial statements, right, or in your accounting system, but you're not going to notate it as any gross income, as income from your business. Is tax-free, is not counted as income for you. Okay, so that's even better. Not only is it free money, but you're not being taxed on it like you're taxed on other grant money. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. Most other grant money except for EIDL and PPP are taxable. But this is exciting news. So let me go to the form really quickly. We're going to review form 45. This is IRS form 4506T. Okay. Now this is a tax form. It's relatively simple, but people still have questions about it. So I just want to make sure that I review it here, because again, I have all types of entrepreneurs and business owners who are tuning in here. Okay, so I want to make sure that you all can see it. I brought it up on the screen. Okay, so this is the IRS form. You can pull this form directly from the IRS website. When you pull up irs.gov, it's a little search button. Just put in 4506T, or you could Google IRS form 4506T, and it will take you to the IRS website. Always make sure you're going, again, all government agencies, federal is .gov. Not anything else, no other extensions. But this is it. This is simply a request for transcript of your tax returns, so that the SBA can request a copy of your taxes. So whatever year that they tell you that they want you to be able to provide, which is usually 2019, if they ask you for more, right, additional years, you want to indicate that here on the form as well. This is a one form, but there's 2 pages with instructions and clarifications and the like. But it gives you tips on using the form. You definitely, when you submit this, want to make sure you keep a copy of everything, right, including this form. But at the top, at 1A, you're going to put as shown on your tax return. So you just have to know as a business what type of tax return did you file, and then you're going to notate that. So I'm going to walk through that really quickly. So I just put Jane Doe here. Okay, Jane Doe, this is her tax return. This is her social security number. If you filed a 1040, right? So a lot of businesses, entrepreneurs, gig workers, you file your 1040 and you have your Schedule C. Your Schedule C is the business schedule. That's where your business income is represented. For all of you all that are asking, if you cannot show business income on your tax returns, you're going to have an issue. So just make sure you or the person or that you hire, it knows how to file business income taxes. Many people are working with people that do not know how to do that, and then again, you're going to be challenged to be able to verify your business income or that you even had an economic loss or a business. Okay. So if this is a joint return, though, you want to put your spouse's name here, put their spouse's social security number. Again, they are matching this with IRS files. So you want to make sure everything is accurate. Okay, so it does not hold up the process or bounce back. You want to put your current name, address, including apartment, room, and suite, city, state, and zip code. Okay, they will be matching this. Previous address shown on your last return. So when you filed your last return, if the address, depending on how you filed your taxes, is different, you want to put your previous address there. Customer file number, which is optional. If you don't have one, don't even worry about it. Number 6, then you're going to jump down here, enter your tax form number. So again, it depends on how are you filing your taxes. Did you file a 1040, right? Which is a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs with the Schedule C, a 1065, an 1120. Okay, so depending on how you filed your taxes, if you don't know what form was used because you have a tax preparer or an accountant that is preparing your taxes, call them and get that information and put it on here. Or maybe they fill it out for you for a fee, and then you will have it here. But you want to make sure that this is filled out correctly so they can map it appropriately. Okay. Then it just gives you some information down here as far as returning your transcript, which includes most items on your tax returns. A tax return transcript does not reflect changes made to the account after the return is processed. Then account transcript, which contains information about your financial status on your account, such as payments made on the account, any penalty assessments, and adjustments. Okay. A record of account, which it provides the most detailed information as to the combination of your return transcript and the account transcript available for a current year and 3 prior years taxes. Most requests will be made within 13 days. So you're indicating here which things you are requesting as part of this request. Okay. So if you had it amended, then you would include line B, right? If you had it amended, any additional information would be there. Okay, form W-2, form 1099 series, form 1098 series, or form 5498 series transcripts. Okay, if you need to request those, then you would note that here. Okay. But for the purposes of the SBA in this program, I don't think you need to do that. But again, go based on whatever the SBA is requesting of you in your specific portal, okay, that they're sending you to. Then number 9 is asking you year or period requested. So I put down here, I'm requesting in the end of the year date, right? So December 31st, 2020. If they're asking you for 2 years, then you're going to put December 31st, 2019, right? And then maybe 2018 if they're requesting 3 years. And this is for you too. If you ever want to request your own tax returns, you can use this as well. Then you want to, again, check this mark here. This says, again, this is a self-certification or attestation that you have read and attest to the clause. All information is accurate, that you have authority to sign this form, that you're indicating your phone number here so you can be contacted, your signature, your title if you're a corporation, partnership, estate, or trust, and the date, and your spouse's name or date if you have a spouse who has filed that you are included on your taxes. And then this last form, this gives you, again, more information on what you need to know, how to fill out the form as far as instructions are concerned. Okay. So really quickly, I'm going to review and see if there's any questions here. Thank you, Ronald, for providing her that information. And which is, if you're getting a letter from the SBA for the Targeted EIDL program, it will come from the disaster customer service at sba.gov email address. Okay. As always, I always say this every single check your email, not only your inbox, but check your spam folders, check your promotional folders. Okay. I know Gmail, a lot of you all are using personal email accounts like Gmail accounts for your business, and you're missing a lot of important information, including grants, because you're not checking your spam folder or your promotions folder. Now, you can go to your settings and select what folders you want to see. And if you have Google Personal that you're using, please select to see promotional folders so you can see that on a regular basis. Okay. So I have a professional email, but I have that forwarded to a personal that's attached to my YouTube channel. And that's the one I check most frequently. So I see all the time, even book projects that I'm a part of that are in my spam folder. I'm like, why are these in my spam folder? So if I never checked it, there's a lot of important information that I would miss. So I know you all are missing information because I've talked to many of you all and point you in that direction. You're like, oh, it was there. I didn't have no clue. Okay. All right. So let me see what other questions here. Gwendolyn said she got the email yesterday and she is applying. Okay. If you got the email, there's no reason why you shouldn't be applying if you want free money. Okay. You know, follow the instructions, do what they ask, and you will, then if you meet the qualifications, you'll get it. Why is the EIDL contingent on your personal credit? The EIDL grant is not. No grant is contingent on any credit. The EIDL loan is. The PPP program is not. Okay. And the reason why the PPP program, which is a Paycheck Protection Program, is because it is a forgivable loan, which means that once you meet the criteria, then you apply for forgiveness, it becomes a grant and it's free money. That's why. EIDL, the loan is a loan that has terms, good terms up to 30 years, 3.75%. That's why they ask for, they do a credit check, but they also look at other things to determine if you would qualify for one of the grants. And they actually under the latest bill added to the different things that they can consider when determining if they're going to approve your loan or not. And then even if you are denied on credit, you can overcome that. Okay. And credit, you need to know if you're denied on your credit score loan or if it's your credit history. It's a difference. If you're not clear on why you were denied an EIDL loan, please follow up with the SBA and ask them. They will tell you. Okay, if they did not send you an email. I have checkmark record account of 456T. What are they asking for? Okay, I just reviewed that. I think hopefully I answered your question. If I didn't, just let me know and I'll circle back on that. Okay. But for the purpose of this, you really only need your tax returns. You don't need those other forms unless the SBA requests it specifically. Okay, so Kim is saying they rejected it only because I didn't sign it and I added my amended 1040. Please make sure that you have everything. You triple check before you hit the submit button on the EIDL grant. Okay, with anything, please double check. You may only have one time to submit these things. Okay, sometimes they come back and say, okay, ma'am, sir, you need to correct something. Sometimes they won't. But yeah, so just make sure it's signed and dated, the form, that you choose the right one, and that you have all your information submitted. The form, April said the form has to be form 2019 March from form. You can't use any 4506T. Okay, I'm not sure, but it should be the latest 4506T form. Again, they will tell you exactly what it is that you need. Sandra said, I'm excited. I qualify for everything, just waiting for the email. My targeted invite was submitted on the 27th. Congratulations. So nothing in package for us that didn't already apply. No, ma'am, not this, but there are other programs. Okay, so receive the 1,000 last year purchase new inventory updating technology. Excellent. Okay, so I'm glad to hear you all are using the grant money. That's what it's for, to really help you in your business. So a lot of you all that are, that say that you're, solopreneurs, these are programs, IDLE and PPP, where some of the things that you would normally have to have, you don't have to have, right? You don't have to have a business name. You don't have to have EIN, but you do have to be able to show say business sales, business income, gross receipts. Okay. And so this is the perfect time to get your business in order. Don't miss out on the opportunity. And I say this because I just know that's why we created these tools. That's why I created the masterclass. That's why I created the cheat sheet. That's why I'm about to put out another ebook, because I've seen so many people miss out on grant opportunities for simple reasons that they should not have even missed out on. Okay. Do I apply for EIDL reconsideration? I received $6,200 in August. Now you can apply for reconsideration of your loan. You can do that for two reasons: if you were denied and you want to be approved for the loan, or if you were funded and you want an increase, submit a reconsideration. Do not submit multiple applications. If your EIDL application is held up because you have multiple applications in, my recommendation to you, this is how you're going to solve the problem. You call them and you inform them, discuss your situation, that you have multiple applications, because that is sending up a fraud alert. It will just cause you delays. You need to withdraw all the other applications except for the one. Okay. The correct one, the one you first submitted, don't just withdraw. Like some people withdrawing grant the applications to get this grant, and you're just putting yourself at the back of the line, right? Because you can't even apply. You had to have already applied by December 27th in order for the SBA to give you send you a letter. So there's no reason to continue to submit multiple applications. We know it takes the SBA a long time. You just have to be patient. You have to just follow up with them on a regular basis. Do what you don't have any control on how long they take. All you have control over is what you do and submitting the correct information to them, and then let the rest play itself out. Okay. I began a side hustle in January 2020. Never started a business account. Is there any way you can qualify for it? I recommend you all get your business accounts. I mean, you can qualify for this program if you were in business as of January 31st of 2020. That's all I can say. But you're going to have a hard time proving economic loss without business income, without tax returns, and you need a business bank account. You need a bank account, period. It depends just how you were set up. So obviously, if you just started, you didn't set yourself up as a business, and you have to know that. Then when they email you, you need to remember. Somebody said that they didn't remember what they put on their application. You need to remember, write down, notate what you put on your applications. This is all applications, okay? Because if what you submit back to them is not consistent with what they have already, you're not going to get the grant. Okay, there's some information that they will ask you to update, right? Like your bank account information, they will let you update. I know some people said that their business address changed, right? You moved and your business address changed, because the low income requirement they're using is based on where your business is located, not your personal address. Unless you're a home-based business like I am, then your personal address and your business address are the same. but they're going based on where's your business located. And for some of you all, I know you moved, they will allow you to update all of that information. Okay. But if it's something like, I don't remember what business name I put, that will throw up red flags. Okay. So, just be careful and mindful of the information that you're putting out there. Okay, so I will come back to questions a little bit later. Just wanted to run through some of these other programs that are coming out, that are rolling out. Just a reminder of the shuttered venue operators grant for venues, the cultural arts. This is a $10 million grant. You could potentially get up to $10 million through that grant program. We have a video on that, so check out our YouTube playlist. All of these programs that are, as they roll out, we have plenty of videos on these different programs. We have playlists for PPP and EIDL. But those of you, if you represent artists, comedians, if you have a venue and your main business is hosting live performance and you have paid ticket sales, right? Transactions, this may be the grant for you. You cannot get this grant and PPP, both. Right? You have to be denied one to get the other. You cannot get the shuttered live venue and PPP. Okay. But this is one that's rolling out. SBA has information on their website already. They have a FAQ that I went through all of the FAQ questions and answers for clarification. You definitely want to check that out if you consider yourself a venue operator or a representative or manager of performance artists. Then this is a grant program you definitely want to consider. The Paycheck Protection Program right now, again, we're in the 2-week exclusive period for those with 20 employees or less to apply. Do not wait to the last minute. This particular funding program, again, you must have been in business as of February 15, 2020. This is open and available to apply through March 31st of 2021. Now, in the new bill that just passed the House, they have not indicated an extension on that date, but there should be plenty of time for all of us to apply for the program. In addition to the 2-week extension exclusive period, which is up to March the 9th, okay? Only 20 employees or less, businesses with 20 employees or less can apply, okay? It's open for you. Start applying. We have the lender list. I accept applications through DAC, which is David Allen Capital. You can use my name as a reference agent, and my number is in the description and in the show notes. I mean, go to your bank. You can apply for first draw if you haven't received funds before through the program. Second draw if you have received funds before. PayPal, Square, Lendio, Divvy. I mean, there's so many lenders, approved lenders by the SBA that are accepting applications. I always recommend apply, even if you apply with us, apply with at least 1 or 2 other lenders. Okay, you can apply with multiple lenders. You can be funded once. Okay, and this is a loan that you can have 100% forgiven as long as you spend at least 60% on payroll. Okay, payroll related costs. And if you're a solopreneur, right, you don't have any employees, you can spend all of it on your owner compensation and qualify for 100% forgiveness. So you don't have the same 60% criteria because it's just you. You don't have employees. The biggest thing is this week, the SBA will be releasing the new updates to this PPP program that is going to open it up and allow more businesses, more entrepreneurs to be eligible for this program. The biggest one is for self-employed, those that don't have employees. We're waiting for them to release the new calculations, which will now be based on your gross rather than your net. Before, it was based on your net income, business income, not personal income, not employment income, not grant income, business sales from products and services. Okay, it was based on your net. Now it's going to be based on your gross. They're going to be releasing the calculations. So I said right now, what you can do is go to your Schedule C take your the line number 7, which is your gross income, divided by 12, times it by 2.5, and that will estimate about how much you can get. So a lot more people will qualify, number one, and a lot more people, millions more, will get an increase, qualify for an increase. How you get an increase, we will know once the SBA releases their guidance. They're supposed to do it this week. I don't know what day this week. I'm just monitoring for when they release it. Now, under the American Rescue Plan, the bill that passed the House, this $284 billion program, which at this point is well over $660 billion through since March of 2020, right? They will add on another $7 billion for this program. People ask me again, 35 billion for child care providers. Get ready. Do not wait till these programs roll out to get ready. Get ready right now. Be ready when they roll out. Okay. So that's the PPP program. Child care providers, there's a grant is free money, $35 billion grant program for child care providers to pay for all kind of expenses, including you can spend the money to help offset the cost of your clients, your customers who get child care services from you. Okay, that's the first I've ever heard of anything like that. Again, if you know entrepreneurs and small business owners, please share this with them, share our channel, tag them in this video. This is so important. I mean, every day I get emails of desperate business owners and entrepreneurs that don't know where to get money for their business. It's here, it's available, okay? And so this week, more of you all will qualify for more money. So you see how this is adding up, and why I say there's no reason why we can't all have $100,000 or more. Some of you all would get that just by through one program. I just told you, you're about to be able to get $15,000 from EIDL. You may be able to get another $15,000 or more from PPP. It all adds up, okay? And that is going to help you stay in business, hire your employees, invest in marketing, invest in a website, whatever you need to do to help your business thrive during this time, okay? So that's child care grants they're coming. They're on the way, okay? So in addition to that, there's even more grants. So we talked about PPP, we talked about EIDL, we talked about the Shutter venue grants. We talked about childcare. There's money coming for restaurants. So there's a $25 billion restaurant revitalization fund. I know a lot of restaurant owners. Okay. If you have a restaurant, let me know in the comment. If you know someone who does, tag them in this video. So restaurant, this is again, $25 billion is intended to help the food sector. We know they've been hard hit. So in addition to restaurants and bars, these are the other entities that will be eligible for support. So if you fit into this, or you know someone who does, tag them. If you have a food stand, food truck, food carts, caterer, if you are a caterer, saloons, inns, tavern, lounges, brew pubs, tasting rooms, tap rooms, and any licensed facility or premise of a beverage alcohol producer where the public may taste, sample, or purchase products or other similar place of business in which the public or patrons assemble for the primary purpose of being served food or drinks. Is that you? Then get ready for the $25 billion restaurant revitalization grant. I know a lot of caterers. I know a lot of bar owners and restaurant owners. This is for you. Get ready. So this grant allows for grants equal to the pandemic-related revenue loss of eligible entities up to $10 million per entity. Shutter Live venue grant up to $10 million. Restaurant revitalization up to $10 million per entity, or $5 million per physical location. And again, the grants are calculated by subtracting your 2020 revenue from your 2019 revenue. And it's limited to entities that are with 20 locations or less. Okay. And this grant may be used for payroll, principal or interest payments, rent payments, utility payments, maintenance expenses, supplies on protective equipment, cleaning materials, food and beverage expenses. We know there was a lot of food loss. Okay. For cover periods which run February 15, 2020 to December 31st. Okay. So I think that's it. I mean, it's a lot of grants coming out. I think I may have missed one. I mean, it's so many. And these are not the state grants that are still out there in your state, your counties, your cities. These are not the national grants that are out there, like FedEx right now, their 9th annual grant, up to $50,000 for their grant, right? L'Oreal has a grant. Bell Collective, they just ended theirs. I applied for that. I did a great pitch video, by the way. You had to submit a video of what makes you the ultimate boss. I mean, number of accelerator programs. DoorDash has actually 2 grants right now for restaurant businesses. They are on our grant tracker on our website at www.shebosstalk.com. But they have a grant program, and they just started an accelerator. They're accepting applications that comes with a $20,000 grant. If you all aren't applying for these programs, you are missing out. There's no reason why you shouldn't have access to money right now, free money for your business. Okay. Now they will be providing $175 million to create a community navigator pilot program. And this will be to increase awareness and participation in these COVID relief programs. That's why I come on here, because I know so many, especially disadvantaged businesses, minority women, those businesses that are in rural areas, a lot of times don't get this information. So it's not good enough to have these programs if the people that need them don't know about them or can't access them. So they want to increase access, awareness. So they're going to be doing a lot of outreach. They're going to be dedicating a special number that help number that you can call to get further assistance. They know that it is needed. So they're actually putting funding, to staff up so that they can help on a regular basis and do the necessary outreach so that you all can apply for these programs. Okay. So the money is out here, billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. And these are just COVID grants, right? There's so many other billions of grants, even in the government. So if you were not on our MBE, which is Minority Business Certification Training, where we really give you the goods on how to get access to billions in government contracts, billions in government grants for businesses certified. So take the time, get certified. If you want to do business or get grants through the government or corporate, getting certified will really position your business to qualify for even more of these other types of grants. All of us that are certified, because we went through that process, we were already basically ready for what is being asked of us for these different stimulus programs and grant programs that some of you all are not. You're just not prepared. But certification will get you prepared, and being able to leverage it would just help you scale your business. Like add on, six figures and 7 figures to your business with ease through certification. Okay. And the grant and the government wants to do business with you. Whether you're minority, Black owned, Asian specific, Native American, woman owned business, small business, there's small business set aside. So, okay. There's small business certifications, not just you're a small business or you're just Black. There's certain criteria that you have to meet, paperwork you have to submit to be known. But once you do this, it just opens up so many more doors for you to be able to get, again, access to these billions and billions of dollars in contracts, billions and billions of dollars in grant money. And so we want you all to be able to do that. So the link to that masterclass, as soon as it was over, we made that available because so many of you all asked about it. But as many ways as we can bring you to be able to build wealth and legacy for yourselves and your family, that's why we are here. Okay, we're all bosses. We're the CEOs. And so I come as a trainer to help you be the CEO and to take your business to the next level, whatever that means for you, so that you can achieve your goals. So I hope this has been beneficial for you. Again, if you have not subscribed already, do subscribe. Hit the notification button or bell, right? Notification by the subscribe as well, where you see our name, She Boss Talk. And you will be notified anytime that we go live. So I will be on regularly this week with other updates. And as soon as I hear more about the new calculations for the self-employed, I will let you know, because the SBA issues them to the lenders. The lenders have to make sure they update their protocols and requirements and systems to be ready to start accepting these new applications. So you can be getting ready right now. No, I'm getting ready because I will be applying as soon as the new calculations are released in the portal, and they know what the requirements are, so I can get that more money for my business. Okay, so you all have a wonderful day. I have a wonderful week ahead. Go after your goals. Let's smash some goals this week. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to be the boss with amplified impact, and continue to stay in good health and stay safe. Bye.